Welcome to the Naked Ego podcast. This is a space where men are willing to strip down their ego and be authentic and vulnerable while they share their story. Welcome to the podcast, Edgar.
Thank you very much.
Jamlek, how you doing, man?
Easy.
I like the name Jamlek.
Thanks, bro. I got it from, where was this? I got it from Campus. Very unceremonious story behind it. Yeah. Very unceremonious. We were going for lunch with a few schoolmates of mine. Mm-hmm. And then I was in Catholic University.
Yes.
So we used to go to Tangaza,
yes,
just behind.
Yeah.
They had better food at the time. Mm-hmm. If you didn't want to eat kibanda food, you wanted to eat cafeteria food.
Yes.
The cafeteria food was much better.
Uh-huh.
So on the way there, there's a guy who kept blowing up my phone, asking for a guy called Jamlek.
Yes.
So I mean, we get wrong number calls every time.
Yes.
So this was just the one of normal situation, and I kept saying wrong number. I'm not Jamlek, but I didn't want to say who my name was.
Yeah.
Then he called like 4 other times, and I kept telling him, "Yo, I'm not called Jamlek."
Yeah.
So my schoolmates who were in the car with they picked up on my frustration of this person calling me and asking for Jamlek. So one people asked like, why do you keep picking up the phone?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be this upset if you had stopped picking up the phone.
Yeah.
So maybe you keep picking up the phone because maybe you're called Jamlek. So Facebook used to have this thing back in the day where you could change your name so many times.
Yeah.
So I literally just went to Facebook and I changed. So my second name is Jeremiah.
Yes.
So I changed it to Jamlek Edgar Odhiambo. And then, because Facebook was a thing that guys used to go to, and because I was active.
Yeah.
So guys was, you know, Jamlek, did you see your Jamlek posted? So that's how it caught on. So people forget that my government name is Edgar.
Edgar, yeah.
Jamlek is just a nickname. It's not on my ID.
Yes.
And I still get people being so surprised that it's not on my ID. But hey, here we are.
I ask people, I would talk something probably in the context of you, and then I would say Edgar, and then they'll be like, which Edgar? They have to say Edgar Jamlek.
Jamlek.
Yeah.
Bas. Cool. So that's how guys know me.
Yeah.
Edgar Jamlek. I'm like, okay, so I guess one day I think I'll go to your house
and change the name.
Do the thing, yeah. I'll just add it there. So I will not drop any of the other two. I'll just add the Edgar Jamlek Jeremiah Odhiambo.
I think for me, do I have a name that I would want to drop? Bill Maxwell Cassandra. Bill Maxwell Cassandra. Actually, Cassandra is my dad's name. So my name is Bill Maxwell.
Aha.
So white.
No other name before Cassandra?
No, nothing.
It's Bill Maxwell.
Bill Maxwell Cassandra.
Oh, I don't use my dad's name. I don't know.
Growing up, I never liked my dad's name. When I was growing up, I think I wanted to be white. I think the name also sounded white.
But also people always made white guys look better than us guys. So.
Yeah, so I think I never wanted to be called Cassandra.
Yeah.
And then high school, college, and I think in college that's when the shift came, because when I was schooling out of the country, and then one way of you attaching yourself to where you come from is your name. So an African name is so powerful out there. Yeah, so I was like, Cassandra. So that's how it ended up. So, struggles of a man.
What struggles do you want to talk about
today? I think expectations, not struggles. Expectations of a man in January, and probably expectations of a man from the festive season.
Festive season cross
it over to January.
To January, where reality hits.
Yes.
So
and we can also touch the Valentine season.
Yeah. Actually, this works so well.
Yeah, it works so well.
So in a brief summary, I guess there's the December period where there's a lot of hype because there are a lot of festivities, be it parties in the club, barbecues with friends, drinks at the local with your friends, nyama, birthdays for those who have birthdays in December. Wedding season also is around that December period.
There's a lot of weddings.
And then holiday season as well, because you get off work.
Yes.
You have some, for those who are lucky.
Yes.
Get off work, you have some time to go and spend with family or friends.
Enjoy
or
yourself.
both. Enjoy yourself.
Decompress. Yes.
Then you get into, so that whole period, then you get into the new year. Happy New Year, fireworks,
Still
all
parties.
that stuff, still parties and whatnot. Then you have maybe a day or two. And then it's, for those who have families with kids, it's kids going back to school. And then those days, because now we're in Corona time, so our school system terms have been shuffled around. But
It's
before,
so confusing.
very confused. Like now I hear it's third term.
Yeah.
And then it ends like in April or so, just before you start there.
Yeah.
But you see now, before every start of the year is a new school year for the kids.
For the kids, yeah.
So after all these festivities, you have to get into buying books, buying uniform, buying shoes, and then buying books.
Yeah.
Covering them. Remember those days? Did you?
Yes.
Those days we used to cover.
Yes, we used to cover books
with the brown paper.
The brown
and then
paper.
For those who are able to, you also add the I don't know, was it nylon? What was it?
Nylon, yes.
Nylon on top.
You do nylon.
So nylon was the extra protection.
Yes, and then also the newspaper.
Those guys do newspapers. Yes. So you do, so if you can't afford the brown paper, you do the newspaper and then you do the nylon, because maybe you can't afford both covering needs. Yeah. So you have that. You have school fees. Yeah. So outside the stuff the resources that are needed to go into school, there is a school fees that's needed.
Yeah.
And then your landlord.
Yeah.
Your landlord expecting rent, but now remember, you are paid in.
You're paid
22nd,
by
23rd,
around 20th there.
Between 20th 23rd umelipwa mshahara. Sasa hiyo mshahara inafaa kupeleka all this.
Yes.
Into January, all the way to the
end of January.
So no wonder they keep calling January January.
Yes. Yeah.
So where do you want to start in December?
We can start with I think expectations of a man from the folks, like from your folks, what are your folks expecting from you in that season?
So if we're looking at the situation as I'm someone who's independent, running my own affairs, I'm not dependent on my folks. So I'm a working man doing my thing. You know? The expectation for the December period is that I get to spend time with my family.
Yeah, I get to spend time with my family. I have to create that time, and then go spend it with them. They'll probably extend the invite, and then you have to show up. Yes. So if we're taking the notion that you are also in a family setup, but we'll also cater to the singles. We'll cater to the singles. Yes, let's
start with the family setup. So now there are two families, first of all, that have to be given adequate time. So there's yours and your in-laws, and vice versa, depending on where you fall. Then you get to, whenever you go to either your folks or your in-laws, you have to you have to go with a token, something, other than just the shopping. Exactly. You know, so foodstuffs here and there. And then for the plan that has been formulated on that side, so if either your folks are in Nairobi or in Shags, whichever the case, you have to be part of the financial, you have to provide financially for the same plan. You don't just show up. No. So there's time, there's shopping, there's the money that is needed for whatever that has to be facilitated on that side. Yeah. Then as all this is happening, if let's say you are traveling out of town, there is the fact that your car has to be serviced. There is the fact that it has to be fueled. That needs money. Yes. That needs your time, because the car does not take itself to the garage. It does not get itself home.
And funny thing, if you travel with somebody else in the car, you also have to make sure maybe when you do a stopover, they have to eat something.
So now, day of travel, so there's the preparations for the travel. There's what you've sent, what you're going to buy for Shags. And there's what you have to buy for your family. So your kids want Christmas shopping. I don't know if you guys did it, but us guys did to pressure your folks to buy you new clothes.
Yes.
Then the morning of Christmas Day, before you, if you are lucky to be in Nairobi, you not traveled, so you walk around the estate with your Christmas clothes. You see your friends who are left in Nairobi. You check each other out, and you're like, okay, sawa, so we'll see you. Me and my family, we're going this side. You guys are going which side? Sawa, tutaonana baadaye. And you do your thing. So for travel, you need money. You need to cater for breakfast wherever you stop. Cater for lunch, or whether it is packed or you have to purchase. All of it still needs money and some human effort.
When you're overspeeding, you have to give something.
When you're overspeeding, because now you're in a rush, you are late, in a family setup, so you plan to leave at 8, chances are you leave at 10, and you're already annoyed.
And so you leave, you're supposed to be there at 10, you leave at 9, you want to get there at 8. You get arrested.
You get arrested. Then a policeman, as usual, they want to take at least 2 hours of your time, as you're just trying to negotiate that you could sort this out very quickly. And, can we sort it out? Even if I don't advocate for bribery, but I mean, we know that it happens, and I mean, we do it because we need to get over and done with these people as fast as possible, and they know that we are in that situation where we are very impatient, so we have to play the game, and then eventually you're just like, okay, take whatever it is.
I think we do it to save ourselves time and the energy, because if you want to go the legal way, you waste yourself time,
a lot of time.
Yes, because there is the time that they will keep you there, and then there's the time that you will waste going to court probably the day after. So I think the system has kind of just conditioned us to save yourself time by, okay, take care of this person, be done with it, and move on.
Move and you go.
Yeah.
Then you get to Shags, or you get to whichever house you're going to.
Yeah.
And other than kukaribishwa vizuri, the welcome is good. We've not seen you in a long time. Welcome home. You settle down. Festivities start. There's always that one thing that was not done. It was like your presence was what was being waited. But more so your wallet. Nothing else. What's in your wallet is what was being waited for. So it's like Jamlek, umefika sasa unajua kuna there's something that we didn't do down over there, and we need to do it. We need to get firewood, we need to get I don't know what, we didn't do soon. You can give us some money. Now when you get there, everything is on you. And then there is the household itself. If you go Shags, there's always maybe things that are out of place and stuff. There's that bulb has not been repaired. There's that leaking roofs. There's that calling fundis and not. That's more money that is expected from you. And the responsibility just keep going. They keep going and building, piling up, and everything is expected of you. And with all this, you still have to maintain a smile. You have to be sane.
Sanity.
You have to be sane. You have to be sane. You can't give off negative vibes.
No.
Can't wake up in a mood. Otherwise you'll be like, ai. Sasa boma nyuma sasa amekasirikiana. Mbona dadi amekasirika?
And you also have to entertain the kids. And I think the biggest concern is after you going through all this, preparing to travel, taking care of their needs before you even travel, you traveling, getting home, you being there for them in terms of probably doing the 1, 2, 3. At what point does the society at large take care of this one?
The way I see it, our society is not really designed that way. It should be. It should be. At least I think when we now have seen things from both sides, I think it would be good if society did. It would be good if at least now we're in a situation where also there's a bit of splits in you as the man take care of this, you as the woman take care of it. But those are I feel those are very modern setups. And those modern setups are also still very rare. Very rare. Because you still find people who have the wealth both ways, but everything is still pinned on the man. So society ideally should take care of these guys, regardless of where you fall in the class system, but you should because it's not easy to take care of all those things. Still stay sane, still entertain the kids, be happy with them, go and sleep well, have an appetite, and not drink too much. Because most times it gets to the point where like you're only looking, you feel like I want to drink now, because everything your child is doing, you're annoyed.
Everything pisses you
off, and you're just like So what people see is the photos on Instagram that are put, family time, festivities, nini. But after the camera has been put down, sasa mtoto anafanya nini, kwenda huko, sijui nini, kuja hapa, you can't be playing like this. You can't. There's just a lot of chaos.
There's too much. And then when you come to January, I think you get to January, you're supposed to pay rent. You're the man. You're supposed to pay rent. You're supposed to make sure your food has house. Your house has food. Your house has food. Whether you're living alone, whether you're living with your relatives, whether you have a family. And during that January, you have relatives and friends who look up to you, who expect something in the long run.
I had forgotten about that. Yes. Because like, you have relatives who some may be in school, so the school fees is not just for you. I mean, for your immediate family. There's also for the relatives.
Exactly.
Or even before we get there, when you are leaving the countryside and going back to the city life. Now that you're going, do you mind if you could leave? There's the small requests that come, the sidebar requests that come. Do you mind if you can leave me something small? Already when you came in, I've not seen you in a whole year. You don't think you could give me something, as a welcome, as I welcome you to back home. And then when you're leaving, there's the same thing. Then now you get to house and just saying there's rent. There is the relative who is now gearing up to go back to school, so they need allowance. They need their rent paid for wherever they're staying. In the hostel or whatever. They need your family needs the bills paid. So that's your rent, your Zuku or JTL, whichever, or Safaricom, whichever you're using, because you can't go away without internet. There's also the hope that your house help, if you're lucky that you have one. That, we call December the transfer window.
Yes.
The transfer window period. So December, you sent your house girl, to go and be with his or her family. But you're crossing your fingers that they will show up. They will
come back.
Because you need them. You realize that taking care of or being around your kids 24/7 is a lot of work. So and then they come and you're like, okay, this is the house manager coming back or what's happening? I don't know. And then most times actually, they come, if those who are lucky that their house managers come back home. Mzee, do you mind giving me an advance? For January salary, because you just know the way people at home are.
No, they say, because unajua, my daughter Nancy anaenda shule na hata sina kitu.
Unajua watu wa nyumbani mzee amechukua kila kitu, mama pia ndo huyo, sijui nani pia huyo ndo amechukua. Sasa I don't have any money. Nancy needs to go to school. I need to buy books.
It's so funny though, like when you are in that space where there is expectations coming from all angles. Nobody takes time to actually ask you, like, even from these expectations, like, do you have the capacity? Do you have the resources? Are you in the right space? Like, nobody takes care to just confirm from the giving side, is that person in the right space, spiritually, financially, the right mind to actually give?
Another good question would be, do they even have the resources to give? The resources that are being asked of them. The resources that are expected to just be given. Does this person have them? And have them in there? And now you find that, so we're dealing with a few things here. One would be, there's the element of black tax. So let me bring in the angle of black tax.
Yes,
Probably has already been going on for the period of the year.
Yes, throughout the year.
Throughout the year,
Yes.
there's always something that someone
You have to send
needs,
your folks every month.
Something.
Yes, something.
Then you get to December period, and the assumption is that the expectation is that when Bill comes,
Yes,
Bill is coming with something.
Yes.
Then dare you show up without the something, or dare you say
yes
you don't have the something, or you don't have it in the amount that was pictured envisioned in their minds. Then comes the guilt trip that your family will take you through. Comes the evident disappointment. That is said to your face. That is said, and you know how people in our folks' generation, they don't bluff or hide stuff. They say it very point blank. Regardless of how it comes out, they just say it anyway.
They don't care who's listening. They don't care who's there.
They're like, Bill, you should have. I mean, now what? So then comes the question, so what do we do? Because now you didn't come and we knew you were coming with it. Now you don't have, so what then happens? Yeah.
It's so funny. Today morning, one of my colleagues, he jokingly came and he was talking about he struggled during the festive season and he wasn't with his wife. Yeah, his wife and kids went home and then they had a little bit of a disagreement, but they haven't solved. So he was kind of happy because it worked in his favor, because during the festive season he struggled and he was alone. So he was actually saying it would have been worse for him if the family was around.
I see how.
Yes. And then he went further and said, if my family was around, I would have killed myself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Probably he didn't mean it, but he even went further and said they woke up on 1st of January to one of his boys who had killed himself.
Oh.
Why did this boy kill himself? He probably... There's too much expectation from him because he ranks himself lower than the dude. So his friend was doing better than him. But the guy just they woke up on 1st of January, the guy had killed himself. Why? Too much expectation.
It weighed on him.
Yes.
And I think probably those expectations they're not just for... The December was the tipping point.
Yes,
probably the expectation had been a build-up.
Yes.
And then now when they got to
December now,
it just tipped to the
There's
other
no
side.
stability. Now, yes.
It tipped to the other side.
And that's always like, I think by the time we realize somebody is going through something, it's not that something has happened in that reason. No, it's been there for some time. Somebody has been bottling his emotions, his feelings. He's been keeping quiet over a period of time for him to get to a point where it's now... The breaking point is that point where you are no longer in control.
Yes.
Like
after that night. It's the car going down a hill on free gear.
Exactly. Because if you would have wished, you would have wished to keep it, you would have still wished to keep it under for a little bit longer. But the tipping point is you get to a point where it's no longer up to you. Like your emotions have overwhelmed you. You can't control them.
It's the universe now that takes over.
Yeah.
The real, they were saying that society ideally should take care of the man, because let's say you and I, for example, we have had a bit of exposure, so we can say that we can get to points where you and I can both go to our respective parents' houses, and if asked for something, we can say we don't have, or I only have this is what I can spare.
This is what is.
I know there's a figure you have in mind, but this is the only thing that I can spare. But then there are other guys
who
don't have that luxury. Their salary there's no bonus coming at the end of the month unless someone just is feeling, philanthropic.
Philanthropy, yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I've been observing you this whole year, and I'm thinking that this festive season, take an extra 2,000, 1,000, 500, whatever.
Yes.
But there's some people who the salaries are still, on the scale of things,
very tiny.
Very tiny.
Yes.
Very tiny salary, and they are meant to stretch themselves with traveling home, which needs extra fare.
Yeah.
Because during the festive season is when transport service providers decide that it is the time to hike prices.
Yeah, it's about time we make money.
We need to make some money, some more money. So, we need to up the fare.
Yes.
So there's a hike in fare. You have to get that money somehow.
Yes.
You can't it's very few that can do bookings in advance.
Yeah.
Because that money that they're using to book could be sorting out something that is right there.
Yeah.
At that very moment.
I get what you mean.
There's us guys who can say,
yes,
I can start saving from June.
Yes.
By the time I'm getting to to December,
yes,
I'm good.
Yeah, your December trip, you start probably paying for it around June, July. You put something small, By the time it's December,
it has accumulated.
It's
looking like this.
Yes.
And all you do is you have access to the cash either via card, M-Pesa, or cash, and you just spend it.
Yes.
There's some guys who can't do advance bookings.
True.
Then you're coming from the point of view where we may also be lucky to have our families with us in Nairobi.
Yeah.
Most of these guys have their family back in up country.
Yeah.
Now every month they always send something back home.
Yeah.
Now them on that side, they don't know how you're getting the money.
They don't know.
They don't know how you struggle to get the money. Theirs is whenever you don't send on the due date.
Yes. It's war.
Hello. Where are you? You've not sent me the money. Why have you not sent the money?
Yeah.
Then there's always the things that unexpectedly come up.
Yeah.
Someone got sick.
Yes.
It happens.
Yes.
You don't plan for it. It just happens.
Yes.
Something could happen in to your house. A structural thing or electrical issue. It needs to be fixed.
Yes.
The shamba that your wife and whoever in Shags has been taking care of.
Yeah.
Maybe something seasonal in terms of the weather.
Yeah.
Weather patterns just shift drastically.
Things didn't
your crop you didn't get the harvest you expected. You still have to, adjust. So now you get to December and Daddy from Nairobi who has to bring us something from Nairobi because again Nairobi is glorified.
Yes. And I think also another thing is for the folks at home, for them, as long as you have decided to stay in the city, there's an expectation that comes with that. Yeah. Because to them, for those who gave up came back to Shags.
Yes.
So for you, you're still in the city.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to keep providing.
Yeah. And the guys in Shags, you'd find that maybe, I don't know if it's a lack of opportunity. Probably you could say lack of opportunities.
Yeah.
So you find that they're not doing too much with their lives. There's those who have been able to get opportunities like in small businesses and make some money off that, but not very many. There's not a lot of opportunities that side. That side,
that side there's
If here already in Nairobi we say it's tight.
It's tight.
Can you imagine how it is? But they're in places that are not developed. So you can't even go and tell someone like a lady there to open, let's say, like a laundry service.
No.
A laundromat. Who is giving you clothes to wash in a machine?
Nobody has the luxury.
To do such things.
Leave alone the luxury. Nobody has the money to give you.
There you go. No one has the money to give you because that's the business. But people just look at you and tell you, but why am I paying X amount of money to this guy? It's okay. Let me just sort myself out on this side. But expectations. There'll always be expectations. I think people always tell you, just go in life and don't expect things. But I feel like sometimes that's a setup for failure because even if you don't do it consciously, subconsciously, because of how we are set up as human beings with emotions, thoughts, feelings, all of these things. Connection. When you build a bond with someone and someone keeps giving you words of affirmation.
Yeah.
With words of affirmation. So they tell you, for example, maybe you're struggling to tell someone something.
Yeah.
And then the person realizes that you're struggling to tell them this thing.
Yes.
And then they tell you, okay, Edgar,
you
can tell me this. I'm your safe space. You can't trust me.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Yes.
Now, the expectation now is that, okay, you will come out and say whatever it is.
Yes.
And then you say it, and then you get into another situation where, something is weighing heavily on you, and then you tell this person. So the expectation you have of this person is that they'll continue to make this space safe
for you.
They'll always make it a safe space for me to express these thoughts, these feelings.
Yeah.
So it's just a natural human reaction, to have expectations. But I think when there's now the room, or the reality of it is that we'll always expect stuff. But I think now it's getting into conversations where we can expect things within range, because we have to be very realistic of things. We have to welcome readjustment.
Yes.
Because if, let's say, I had a good paying job or an okay paying job, and then all of a sudden I don't have a job, you can't sit and look at me in December and tell me to still give you the 20,000 that I always give.
No. Now I think that's a good thing. So we've talked about the expectations of a man. So we can talk about how women can maneuver those expectations. Like what are the
help in supporting that process of expectations. Again, within range.
Yes.
Because now you have situations of, if let's say you're in a family setup, there's both your side and the in-law side.
Exactly.
Now, we in our generation, I feel like we are doing things very differently.
Yeah. Go on.
But again, it's very few. So the pressure that comes with, maybe, for example, still giving a good impression to your in-laws.
Yeah.
How your in-laws treat you, I feel, in my opinion, is dictated by the allowance of their child.
Yeah.
How your in-laws treat you is based on how far.
Yeah.
How far their family member, now their child, allows them to go.
Yeah.
So you get there, and if your mother-in-law or your father-in-law is like, but you should have sent me 100,000 by now. Like by the time you are getting into my house, ile pesa yako iko wapi?
Yes.
Where is the money that you were meant to have? You should have brought.
Yes.
Now,
so the problem is not the in-laws. The problem is your partner.
Your partner, I feel like your partner should not allow you to deal with that situation by yourself, because now there's that thing for how can my in-law talk to me like that?
Yes. Exactly.
How can my in-law talk to me like this? They're an in-law. They don't have respect. But maybe you're just standing up for yourself, or you're drawing a boundary. So I feel like, in the presence of their child. Yes. Because before they were my partner. Yes. They were their child.
Yes.
So before that happens.
Yes.
There should be a conversation between partner and parents. That when Mzee is coming, I'm coming with Mzee, and this year, we can only give X amount. This is all you can give. Or in terms of resources, this is all you can give. Or if I come with, let's say, a donation of clothes, take it.
That's what I have.
That's what I have. Don't ask Mzee for money. And I think now in that sense, protect them. Because of course, Girls for Shags have this thing where they really don't care for boundaries. So you tell them don't do something, and then they'll find a sneaky way to still do the same thing.
Bro, people in Shags don't know what boundaries are.
I don't know.
People don't know what boundaries are.
They're like, it's my right.
Yeah.
To them, it's their right. So I think also your partner should be able to step in.
I think it's their responsibility. It's your partner's responsibility to draw the line. It's your partner is like a gatekeeper. Like, for example, you're not supposed to be dealing with these people directly all the time. So your partner needs to be the gatekeeper and set the standards and expectations. And your partner is also supposed to communicate those expectations to you so that it's not a shock. It's not a surprise. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Can I give you a spin-off before we continue? So what about, as your partner is your gatekeeper, now for the ladies?
Yes.
Because the other side of things is that when we get to Shags, then we've done the resource mobilization
Yeah.
and facilitation.
Yes.
There is the expectation of the lady doing all these chores for the festive season.
Okay, I see what you mean.
So where we're going with this.
Yeah.
So she's doing all these chores around the kitchen for the kids. You, as the man, you feel like, because I've done this hard labor of resource mobilization and facilitation, when I get to Shags, I deserve to get there, put my feet on the table.
Yeah.
I deserve to be served a drink or
be treated like a king.
Treated like a king.
Yeah.
And food come.
Yeah.
So I think would it be wrong for us to follow through the expectation of being our partner's gatekeeper, so that people in Shags don't take advantage of your partner as well? Because again, that would, I feel, in the long run will benefit the relationship between you and your partner post that situation,
For me, I feel me as a man needs to be a gatekeeper for my partner with my people. Like, I shouldn't allow my people to just bypass me and go and talk to my partner and pass their demands and whatever. No. And also I think one thing that needs to be cultivated before even the partner comes in is how your people treat and respect you is the same level, the type of respect and that they'll carry to your partner. So if they don't respect you prior, don't expect them to respect your partner. So the respect has to be cultivated before you even bring your partner into this family. Yeah, like, because for me, I've seen it with my folks. There's a time I traveled with my girlfriend at that time to Shags. And because of how the relationship that I have with my folks, she was treated like a queen. She wasn't allowed to do anything. Yes, until she came to me to complain. Like, your mom can't allow me to do anything. I'm like, okay, if you want to do something, just maybe try and talk nicely to her, because I think that's the same level of respect that my mom and my dad trade with me. So if they hold me and treat me like a gold, that's how they'll treat you. So the respect and the trust need to be cultivated before. You can't just get a partner, take them at home, and then expect the level of respect that wasn't there before. No. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way.
Yeah, so we have, as we have this conversation, let's also, I guess, talk about the spectrum of expectations is wide. And some of them are good, some of them are bad. So if we're talking about the dynamic of being I think we have to take it both ways, two ways. One way is for someone in a family setup. Two is someone who is single. So on the family setup, that means there's you and there's your partner, a lady. And what are good expectations to have in the festive season? Not just, so there's what that is preset, that of the man, and then now there's where we are trying to go and having conversations like this, where we're trying to change narratives, we're trying to change preset traditions that are there, which have the man being expected to do so many things. So what are good expectations? What are bad expectations? What are some that are in the middle and can be, mitigated in a sort of,
I think we can do it. We can keep bringing out the expectations, and then we can rate them if it's good or bad.
Okay.
So I think I'll go first. The expectation of, this is generally, right? The expectation of probably during the festive season, you are supposed to provide financially and resources wise to your people meaning you and your partner and you and your family side. And remember, if you have a partner probably who is not probably well off, there is the expectation of you also sending something to their side.
That's right.
Okay. Is it good or bad? It's
for me, it's a mix of both. I won't black and white say that it's good or bad.
Same to me.
It's something that is, over there. So for me, I'd put it like, for that example is, let me see, good or bad. No, it's a mix of both.
It's a mix of both, even for me.
Yeah. So maybe we can discuss the details of it.
Yes.
Give me another one on your list.
Yes, I think another one is the expectation of you are not your immediate family, your extended family. Expectation from your extended family could be resources wise, could be financial, could be your time. Is it good or bad?
My extended family.
Yeah.
It's not a bad expectation because it's not a bad expectation if it doesn't have attachments to it. If you just want my time, you just want my presence, that's not a bad thing. That's someone who actually wants family around. Let's sit, spend time, talk, laugh, drink, eat.
And I think if we look at both of them, the two that we've mentioned, they can go either way. So if it's only based on resources wise in terms of what you're giving to them, in terms of you sending them, and it's not based on if your folks are one of their top priority is you providing a good Christmas to them or for them without really paying attention to you in terms of what you can do, how much you can do, then I feel like it's a bad thing. Or I think it goes to be a bad thing if the expectation doesn't come with these people either asking if you're in a position to or paying attention and actually also giving you the room to say, okay, this is as far as I can go. So if they don't give you that power,
then it's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
If they give you the power, then
because it's like, come through. We may need 1, 2, 3, 4 things. Do you think you can manage and provide for this or whatever? Then if that question comes, and that's good. But it's bad when it's we expect you to bring. We've told you what we want. We expect you to bring, and then you show up. And then you don't have the thing, or you don't have it in the amount that they require
and demand.
Or they had demand. Then it becomes bad because the only thing you see me for is what I can, bring,
what I can provide
for you. Not necessarily my attention or my presence.
My presence.
It's just what I can provide. What's the other thing? The other thing would be another expectation. Another expectation for me would, other than just resource mobilization, facilitation, there is the emotional side of things. The emotional and mental side of things. You're expected to be happy. You're expected to maintain a good rapport with everyone around you. You're expected to be, hype and attentive and alert and all around just safe. Not safe. What's the word? Whole and sane.
Stay sane throughout.
Stay sane throughout. And this is eliminating when things get rough and hard. We go to the drink. So let's remove the alcohol.
The alcohol bit out of it.
Just your sober self.
Yeah.
Do you think that expectation is good, bad,
and I think also
a bit overreaching.
I think also mentally, like we can always be in touch with our mental. Like, does it take away from your mental or does it add? So if it adds, if it makes you grow, inflate in terms of you're feeling more, it energizes you, it inspires you to even want to get to January and now kickstart the year. It opens up opportunities. It opens up conversations. If it gets to that level, then it's good. It's a win for you. And if it gets to a point where the opposite is, if every time you're spending time with these people, every time you're sending anything to them, any time you're providing, be it the finances, being there for them, and you feel like they're taking that which you're providing and your mental side also, then that is bad. That's bad.
For me, the festive season is a time where, there's other than a lot being expected of you, there's a lot that you as an individual, as a man now, will have to deal with just to get by. And if after providing resources, that's either money, food, and stuff like that, to your people, and they don't genuinely appreciate what you've brought to them. Sometimes, maybe you even brought stuff you're not asked to bring, but you brought anyway because you thought that it would serve them better. So you do all these things and it's just like, thanks, okay, cool, you brought, but it's like, it's a normal thing that it's a thing you have to do. It's on it's like your JD, it's your JD to do these things. But I feel even when you're doing a job, appreciation of
at the end of the month
efforts.
you get something nice.
So other than just my salary at the end of the month, that appreciation that I saw you do this, I saw you do that, I've seen you, I've seen you doing this and that and the other. I appreciate that. I commend that. I like that. Next year, do you mind if I did it?
I get what you mean.
Sometimes, it's a give and take sort of situation, I think, is where you can create a good, situation out of it. You can create a good situation out of it because you're not always just sitting and you have your hands, your palm opened. Sometimes it's, hey, no, so use the same palm and say, no, this time I have it. It
needs to be a two-way trophy.
It's a two-way street. So you don't just sit pretty and I mean, but Bill is going to bring Bill always does it anyway. Sometimes Bill does it or has it, but sometimes ask, is he doing it because of an obligation that was put on him or is he doing it out of his own free will? So I think we need to put that aside, and then now you bring in how your partners can help in this facilitation, this mobilization. How do you think for partners, for people who are in relationships, we've not gone to the singles yet. You have to touch on singles. So for people who are in setups where they are either dating someone or married to someone, where do you think the partners can come in all this to make sure that this process is quick, seamless, and all round? What is achieved is quality time, where people now are happy, people are smiling, people are laughing, people are eating to their fill, drinking to their fill, and they're not drinking to cope. They actually want to spend time with you. They're not trying to run away. They're not trying to count. They're not counting down the days. Because you find a lot of guys, they get there and then it's T minus 3 days before I have to leave here. T minus 2 days before I have to leave here. D-Day. And then D-Day, you are probably ready by 6 a.m.
So what can the partners do?
What can the partners do?
So for me, I think you are in a healthy relationship if your partner understands how far you can stretch. Yes. Your partner needs to know how far you can stretch. And your partner, sometimes your partner needs to be that one person that reminds you you are overstretching. Sometimes women overstretch without actually knowing, and it becomes a norm. We overstretch from January to December, and it becomes a norm, and we do it over and over again. And then we just don't have that one person who reminds you, "Hey, Jamlek, bro, you overstretching." So I think your partner needs to understand you enough to know when you are overstretching. That is one. And then two, your partner needs to love and care for you enough to understand when to chip in. When to chip in. Like, you can chip in. Chipping in doesn't necessarily mean you're chipping in financially. It could be the time, it could be the planning. It could, for example, if I'm financially stable and I can manage all this on my own, you can chip in terms of, okay, what do you want to spend with your folks? Okay, it's this amount of money. Okay, set aside that amount of money. I'll figure out what will be done with that amount of money. Yeah, you get it? So there is the bit of I can handle financially, but I probably don't have the time to go and plan in terms of details, making sure what they need. Okay, the communication part of, sometimes you can't just you can't deliver what somebody doesn't need. So your partner can be that person who communicates and actually facilitates in terms of the planning, getting the resources, and making sure everything goes according to plan.
Yeah.
So that is number two. I think number three is also if most of the young families that I know of, but most of us guys, we are not financially well off to a point where we can deal with everything, because the expectation is already too much for us. So you can chip in. You as the partner, you can chip in financially. You can decide, okay, baby, you take care of December. Spoil people in December. Don't worry about January. I'll take care of January. Yes. So you can come in and say, okay, you split. Let your partner take care of December, and then you take care of the January.
Yes.
That's number three. And then number four, I think throughout this journey, you need somebody who you can rest your head. You need that shoulder to lean on. Yeah. Mentally, emotionally, you need that shoulder to lean on. So your partner can be that person. If you are in a good relationship, you love, you care for your partner, you need to be there for them in terms of, okay, this season is so busy for him. This season is so busy for her. Okay. While she or he is going through this, I'll be there for him or for her every evening to just offer the shoulder. You get what I mean? Yes. Like after she relax, I'll be the one to offer, do you want a glass of water? You get what I mean? Yes. I think those four are the ones that
make it look worth the while.
Yeah.
Make it look worth the while.
Yes.
You know, and genuinely. Not because you've been coerced or forced, or because someone had a, you know, a mood reaction, and then now you're like, okay, let me do it because so and so.
Yes.
With those examples you've given, I think for me, where I'd chip in all this is to actualize, because I don't think I would add anything to your list. It sort of sums up a lot of stuff, but to actualize those things, what is demanded, what could be done is open communication. Open communication, because you find that when these expectations come our way, women especially, we have this thing where the demands are made because of preset expectations that have already been dictated, you know, but we feel some type of way about those expectations, but we don't communicate them.
Exactly.
So what we end up doing is we end up projecting. We end up projecting on our partners. We end up projecting on the family member. We project on our kids.
Yes.
We project on our siblings. And it sometimes comes out in very embarrassing ways.
Exactly.
Not even for the family, but just for yourself.
For yourself. Yes.
So I think open communication is a very key thing.
It's a very important thing.
Two, I think it would be very prudent to have budgets put written down, all items, just whatever you can think of, just write it down. Then from all items that have been put, prioritize what you feel is what should be sorted out, what can be done later, what just needs to be done away with.
What is urgent?
What's urgent? What's not so urgent? What can be done away with?
Yes.
Attached to each budget item, attach a price.
Yeah.
State a price, and then now come with the decision of who is going to meet what budget items and who isn't. You know, so it's me who's going to do this, you're going to do that. So that initiative also, I think as we talked sidebar, it would be good for the man to initiate that particular conversation.
Exactly.
So that what he's thinking is being vocalized.
Yes, exactly.
And then it also shakes your partner up a bit to know that they have roles.
Yes. Also,
we're not just looking at them as people who are going up country to cook and clean.
No.
It is just to facilitate, just to make sure that we get there. We get there with what we need.
Yes.
They are required to chip in one way or another.
Yes.
You know, so as you've said, it might not be monetary all the time.
Yes.
It could just be emotional support. It could be mental support. You know, which is equally very, very important because we tend to, I feel like the festive season for a lot of men is a breaking point for them.
For so many.
Because so much is expected of you. And at the same time, you're just trying, you're trying your level best to keep it together.
Yes.
Now, keeping it together is not easy. It's not one bit easy. It's really, really difficult. And if you keep taking and taking, you will not get anywhere.
Every human being has a break.
Every human being has a
breaking point. So don't be that person who is being macho about it and is just being silent. There is the being macho about it where you're like just taking it, and then there is also the you don't know better.
You don't know any better.
You don't know any better. You're just taking it. Yeah.
So I think now comes in something you also said, which was your partner coming in to also, because if you have open communication with each other, then your partner can observe from the sidelines and see where you're overstretching.
Exactly.
Where you've done enough.
Yes.
And they come and they tell you, babe, you've done enough.
Exactly.
You've gotten to where you need to get to. And now from henceforth, whoever wants or demands, that's on them. Let them figure it out because they have minds of their own. Yes. They can tap into other networks. Yes. Not all the time that it's you who has to cater for these things. You've done your bit. So I think have a clear strategy of also how you're going to handle the festive season.
Exactly.
So actually after budget, strategy.
Yes.
Or how you're going to handle the festive season. Because you know the people you're going to interact with. You know how dad is, you know how mom is, you know how sibling 1, 2, 3, 4 is, you know how auntie Nani and uncle Nani are, and you know they're coming for this particular function. So how do you manage ourselves around these different people? Because we're going to be together for a couple of days. So we have to have a clear strategy of how to do. Now, in the event someone gets to your partner in your absence, what's the strategy of handling that situation? Because that is something I feel we should have now, because we're talking as men. We should have that duty to call where we make sure our partners are protected, because we will not be together
always
all the time. There'll be times we'll be somewhere maybe talking with Uncle Nani or Auntie Nani or mom or dad. And there'll be times maybe mom, dad, uncle, auntie will say something or do something that's a bit out of line. Now, coming from the place of have you guys talked about the fact that maybe she's allowed to manage it the way she feels she needs to, because maybe she's been violated in one way or another, so she can stand up for herself there, and then you've given her the permission. We can ask for forgiveness later.
You see, now, you remember what we were talking about, gatekeeping. Gatekeeping also comes in a sense of when I'm going to meet my relatives, I also need to prepare my partner and inform my partner on what to expect. You get what I mean?
That's a good
expectation. On what to expect. Like, don't just let them go there blindly, and then probably they make silly jokes, and they go and make a joke in front of your uncle, and it backfires on them. No, prepare your partner in terms of, okay, my auntie will be there. This is what she does. This is how she maneuvers. My mom, this is what she does. This is my dad. My dad moves like this. So prepare your partner and what to expect. Yeah.
That I think will go a very long way in just in how that period will be handled.
Yes.
And then I think it also creates a good relationship between you and your partner.
Yeah.
All round. I think all this just is to achieve a better relationship with your partner. And then it's also to keep enforcing boundaries with your family members on either side.
Yes, and it also creates a good relationship between your partner and your people.
Yes.
Because there is, it's a separate relationship. There is how she relates with your people and how both of you relate with your people. They're not the same.
Yeah.
And another thing I also want to paint out is when it comes to budgeting and knowing how far you can stretch, this is not determined with how much you make per month.
No.
You can be making 200,000 per month and you can only stretch as far as 5,000 bob every month.
And that's what it is.
Yes. And somebody can be making 50,000 a month and he can stretch as far as 30,000 a month. So don't allow the amount of money that you make per month to fool you and feel like now you have the financial muscle to stretch as far as you can. No. And the 200,000, you need to factor. That's where budgeting comes in. You need to factor first your needs, the needs of your family, your partner, your kids, and everything. Take care of everything first. Everything that needs to be taken care of.
Take care of it.
Fees. If you're traveling to Shags, to go and have a good time with your folks, budget the fees, because the money that you're paid in December has to take you all the way to the end of January.
Yes.
So you need to factor yourself first. And then the extra bit that you have, that's what you're allowed to give.
So then I think what you're probably saying is we work backwards forward.
Yes.
So backwards means we take care of January's expenses.
Yes.
Then what we budget, and that's actually should be the first budgetary
first
items.
priority. Yes.
First priority is January expenses.
Yes.
From what we listed: school fees, uniform, books, rent, and other bills that need to be paid.
Yeah.
And when you get that sorted out, whatever you have extra is what you spend during the festive season.
Exactly. Yes. I think the biggest problem we have, we treat December differently. And it needs to be treated like any other month.
Yeah.
In January, in February, in March, in June, when you get paid towards the end of the month. What do? You take care of your bills first. So even if you're paid earlier, be wise a little bit to take care of your bills first.
Yes.
And then,
then what you have left is what you can.
Exactly.
You spare now. Because you will not be getting to January with this reality hitting you, and now you start having anxiety, wondering where is this going to be, where is this going to be fed for, where are we going to pay for this, how are we going to pay for that. I spent that time when I bought a bottle, oh my god, I should not have done that. All the time went for the barbecue, I don't know at whose house, I should not have done that.
And then you start having unrealistic expectations dating to what you did to other people in December, expecting that they come through for you in January,
and they won't.
Doesn't happen
like that. Because a lot of these people who we go out of our way for will not reciprocate in the same fashion or even anything close to that in January when everything has hit.
So have we talked about what women can do to manage the expectations? We've talked about their partners.
Now for the women, where it comes in is those, the being open to the conversation, helping in budgeting, helping in coming up with strategy, being our foresight people.
Yeah, yes.
Being our foresight people. Like, yeah, I know that's your dad, I know that's your mom, but you also don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Or if you want to do, this is as far as I feel you should go. Yeah. It's the same, and that's just, you don't go, just get to where you need to get to. Because then it will cover the fact that if at all anything unpredictable is to happen, and we need to tap into any resources in terms of money, we have the money.
Exactly.
But if you stretch yourself too thin,
yes.
Yeah. And I think also now when women are coming to us telling us, because what I give women credit for is that they're better financial planners than us guys.
Yeah, you can say that again, my brother.
So when the women who are better financial planners, than us men come in and tell us, hey, yo, this is as far as it go. I think also we have the duty to call
to listen.
Listen to understand where they are coming from, because they have foresight of something that we probably had not privy to.
Yeah,
and adjust accordingly.
Yeah,
no hard feelings. Just adjust accordingly and keep it moving. Because if you keep trying to throw it back at her, also it doesn't help, because today she could do it and you throw it back at her. Tomorrow she say, you always do what you want anyway.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. Sometimes we men, we mess up the relationship by not appreciating those small gestures coming from our partner. It can be as simple as somebody advising you on how you can... She's not telling you this is what you need to do with your money. No, she's just giving you a piece of advice in terms of you need to adjust here and there. Yeah. So you need to appreciate that, because it comes from a very genuine space.
Yes, it's coming from a genuine. For those who are in that relationship for the long run, and they're in it for the right reasons.
Yes,
it's always coming from a good place.
From a good space.
So I think we have what is expected of us is to listen. And actualize whatever strategy or whatever has been communicated to us. Actualize it, no hard feelings, and keep it moving, because we fail to listen. We just set ourselves up for failure, because the thing is, the consequences of us ignoring what we've been told will catch up with us.
It's about it will catch us.
It's catch up with
time.
us.
Yeah.
Then when it does, we are dealing with shame. And when the shame, more so, I think the underlined feeling you'd be going through is shame.
Yes.
But now, because you're macho, you're the man, you will not show shame. You will project the shame, but in another way. So either you'll have anger outbursts. You shut down emotionally. You don't want to talk to this person.
You'll start making stupid decisions to cover up for that shame.
You start overcompensating.
Yes,
but that's you don't want to openly talk about the fact that you made the wrong choice. Yeah. But I feel like just save yourself all the trouble by saying you made the wrong choice. You've seen, you know better, and now moving forward, I'll do better next time.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. So I feel like we've exhausted. I think the last thing I can say, also for us men to prepare, we need to communicate to our people. We need to create an avenue where we have communication with our folks, with our relatives, with our partners. Like we need. I don't want to call it. It's not vulnerability. It's communication.
It's communication.
Like it's basic communication. You need to you need to communicate to these people in terms of maybe updating them where you are. If you don't have the job and there is expectations that comes from that side, you need to communicate that prior. Tell them, by the way, ile kazi ilisha ilikuwa on contract. Now I'm a little bit struggling. I might not be. I can't even afford to come to Shags, but I have 1,000 bob. So I'll send it to you. So yes, we need to be able to communicate that
to the people. In
the space.
In that space. Yes. Okay.
I think that's good.
That's good.
Before we wrap up, I've been thinking of a way to kind of entice this podcast a little bit. So I came up with a segment where we call it This or That.
This or That.
This or That. So basically, This or That is a question game that encourages players to choose between two options.
This or that.
Yes. Example may include Coke or Pepsi.
Coke.
Yes, that's an example. Winter or summer? That's an example. Okay, now let's jump in. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Vacation or staycation?
Vacation.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla.
Morning glory or night before sleep?
Morning glory. Morning glory.
Bright colors or black or white?
Black or white.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Light skin or dark skin?
I'm in the middle. But since I'm here to follow instructions,
Yeah.
I will go with the dark skin.
Dark skin. Okay, cool. Surprises or plans?
Plans.
Plans, okay. Big party or small party?
Small, any day.
COVID-19 or heartbreak?
Wait.
COVID-19 or heartbreak?
Give me heartbreak.
You've gone through it, right?
Heartbreak.
Yeah.
Give me heartbreak.
Okay,
Because,
cool.
yeah,
Okay.
COVID can mess with your... COVID can really mess with your whole psyche.
Yes.
Give me heartbreak.
Yeah, and I'm actually just
I'll figure it
recovering
out.
from it. Yeah, it's...
Yeah. Because I can wake up and
Yeah.
leave the house and go and do stuff. But with
Yeah.
COVID, you're limited in a lot of things. So I'll get up and I'll do stuff. Ready when you are.
Ready for the next one? Okay, next. Boobs or ass?
As
Kamba or Kikuyu?
Kikuyu.
Petite or plus size?
Plus size.
Okay, cool. And we wrap it up at that point.
Boom.
I think before we wrap up, this episode has been sponsored by Istiqbal. Istiqbal is an international furniture brand with presence in over 90 countries and with over 1,700 stores open worldwide. They offer innovative home solution with premium designer-made modern furniture with an elegant craftsmanship and redefined uniqueness. Their mission is to create dream homes with a rich array of outdoor and indoor furniture. So all the episodes we are recording here at Istiqbal,
Okay.
they provide us with the furniture, the accessories, and things to make the podcast look nice. So if you are looking for high-end furniture, you can go to istiqbalkenya.com or you can follow them on Instagram. It's istiqbal _ Kenya. So I think with that we can wrap it up.
We're good.
You good?
I'm good,
Cool.
bro.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
So this has been the Naked Ego Podcast, a space where men are willing to strip down their ego, be authentic and vulnerable while they share their stories. Peace out.